Hi guys, Blog Tyrant here. Here we are for the first ever Blog Tyrant Blog Critique session. I really want to do these more often because we had such a great turnout on the Facebook page entry. So please stop by and support this. I'd love for you guys to stop on the post and leave your comments and feedback and things like that. And hopefully we can make these a regular thing, maybe once a month, maybe more, if you guys get something out of it. So please stop by and support it, tweet it, all that kind of stuff. I'll start by telling you who won, and then I'll go on and tell you a few things about actually the entry itself and how that might help your blog, and then we'll go on and critique this person's blog. So let me just start by telling you what I did. I went to random.org, and they have got this random number generator here where you just click generate and it gives you a random number. I got 24. So back over on the Facebook page and counting from the bottom up, number 24 was Fran Seville. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. So congratulations, Fran, you're in for it. Don't worry, it's not too bad. The blog is the Apprentice marketer, Gazette.com. But before we go and we have a look at Fran's blog, I want to say thank you again for everyone who entered. There's so many of you. You can see here on the Facebook page, there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I think if we look here, when I started, before I sent out the email to everybody, I think there was 400 odd subscribers. So there's 100 in a couple of hours, and that to me is really nice to see. It's just another example of how helping people can be one of the best ways to market your blog to gain trust and whatnot. So thanks to everyone. Now, like I said, I'd pick one, but I'm going to do more because I really think we could get a lot out of it. So if you didn't get in today, don't worry about it. There's a good chance that I'll do yours next time. So here we are. This is Fran's blog, the Apprentice marketer, Gazette.com. It'd be good if you guys could open it up while you're watching this video, because then you can go through and sort of see some of the things, maybe see whether Fran's changed them after and whether you think they made a difference. So what I'm going to do is I've broken this session up into a few things that are important for me when I'm building my websites and blogs. So I'm going to look at social proof. I'm going to look at the layout elements, and I'm going to look at the search engine optimization. So these are like the three basic things. And Fran, let me just say right now, you can sort of sit back and relax because there's no glaring errors here. It is you've got a really great blog going on, and whatever suggestions that I make, hopefully they'll just sort of be things that you can add to what you're already doing right. It's not like we have to fix anything major, so don't worry about that too much. So what I'm going to do is I'll start with social proof. Social proof, as you know, is so important. It's where you give people examples of why they should use your blog, why using your blog or your product is a good idea. And it's to remove barriers. It's to help people feel like they're part of a group and whatnot. So the first thing I noticed that's missing is there's nowhere to show comments. Normally on a blog you'd show how many comments you get, just to show people that there is some activity at a blog. And I talked about this on ProBlogger, and I actually copped a lot of flack for it when people said that, no, that's rubbish. People don't judge blogs by how many comments it gets. But I'm telling you from experience that they do. The more comments you get, the more active your blog appears, and people will want to be part of that action. So, Fran, a good idea might be to display some comments sort of under your titles here next to by Fran. So you could put, a line and then number of comments under there, just to encourage people to comment straight from the homepage, as opposed to having to go through the articles and search for it. Let's just get onto the layout a little bit. There's a few layout issues that I'd like to suggest might be fixed. The first one is these blog themes where you've got sort of the featured article here, and then you've got all these other articles down here. I have to confess I really don't like them. I know they're popular now with Genesis and Brian Clark's themes and stuff, but to be honest, they confuse my eye. We all know about Google heat maps and how they work, and I think what this does is sort of takes away from your content. I don't really know where to look. Do I look at this title, and what I end up finding is that I don't ever click on any of them when I see blogs like this, because I'm never sure where to click. I'm never sure what to focus in on. If we go to Blog Tyrant, I know it's old. Some people might say it's very 10 years ago, but I just have one article under the other with a little excerpt, a little catchy opening paragraph on my titles, and it seems to work really well. I get really high click rates on these articles, and I think maybe, Fran, it'd be a good idea to try. I know with a lot of these themes you can actually set them so that they appear as, you know, the title and then an image and then a bit more text and then the same underneath. That might be a thing to try. The second thing I wanted to talk about is across the top here, I couldn't figure out what this was. They don't really look like pages. And that's normally where the pages go. You can see across the top of Blog Tyrant you've got the main pages, and everybody does that. And I noticed that it's actually your categories, Fran, which are also here. My suggestion would be to keep the categories in the sidebar, but get rid of them up here. This should be your pages. And I thought, well, where are the pages? And then realized that, you know, this is them down here, and I think they appear down here as well, information pages. So you're sort of showing them a few times. It'd be good. Get rid of this one on the side, get rid of these ones up here, and put the pages across here. And that's where your important stuff goes that people need to see, like your about and your contact and maybe a free ebook or whatever, something like that. The second thing that is really, really important for me, as you know, is email subscribers. That is the lifeblood of an online business, or any business nowadays. I've got clients in the offline world who are growing email subscriber lists for their antique stores and things like that, because when they get in a new shipment of antiques, they just send out an email to their 200, 300 subscribers and they sell everything in the first day. I mean, this was never possible before. So, Fran, what I'd love to see you do is shift this email subscriber box here and take it up to the top here. Guys, everyone should be doing this. Your email subscriber box should be here at the top in the most prominent area on your blog. Just like on Blog Tyrant, you see this is the main thing I emphasize. It's the main thing above the fold. It's a free ebook that you get when you subscribe to the blog. I'd like to see you try that, friends, see if that increases your subscribers. The third thing that you should do is offer a free giveaway. So here you've got this hidden in here, and then you've got get a weekly email update. So to me, that's not sort of catchy enough. You've got to offer somebody something that they won't get on the blog itself. So maybe here you could say something like, you know, subscribe for free, subscribe for exclusive updates, or something that you can offer them that they won't necessarily get from the blog itself. That's important. And I'd recommend split testing different language. Try one phrase one week and then another phrase the next week and see which one works best for you. Now, Fran, you're going to absolutely hate me for this, I'm sure, but I got to say it. Subscribe is spelt wrong there. There's no B. So we've got to fix that one. I'm sorry to point that out in front of everybody. Now, if we go down the side here, you'll see we've got all this information in the sidebar, and let's focus in on helpful links, archives, and this meta here. Now, I am not a big fan of links in the sidebar, and there's a few reasons for that. Firstly, it often looks like you're selling links, and Google really doesn't like you to sell links. I know they could be bloggers that you have an association with, they could be your friends, they could be bloggers that you help out and that help out you, but I'd like to see you get rid of the helpful links. Don't distract from your content. If you want to reference somebody that you like, or that's your friend, or that writes good content, do it in your post. Link inside your posts. Write posts that are relevant to their blog and drop them a link. Get rid of the archives. I really think that, you know, you've got to just give people sort of one way to navigate your blog and make it a really simple, easy way to navigate. So you've got your categories here, and then inside your posts, if we click this post, I noticed that you had tags down the bottom here. So that's good. So you've given people the main way is categories, then tags. So what that means is that you should get rid of these tags in the sidebar here and get rid of the archives selection here. Just give people a very simple way to do it. This meta stuff here, login, entries, RSS, get rid of that. That's just for you. Just bookmark your login page. People don't need to see that. It's just taking up space. That's distracting. One thing I wanted to talk about also is if we go up here, your post, you've got these red links. Now, they look really good because you can see automatically that that's a link. And that's nice, but red is often the calling sign of spammers. A lot of spammers use red links, and people are used to seeing them on dodgy sites. And Fran, your site is not dodgy at all. It's got excellent content. So I'd like to see you try maybe making them the same color as the text with an underline, or bold and an underline, then a mouse over underline. Or make them the same as over here where you've got blue and then an underline when you mouse over them. But I reckon try without the red, just for trust and authority's sake. That is important. I've done that on a few blogs. I used to have red links. I changed them up, and I found that I got more clicks on those links. So one thing, guys, I don't know if you know this, some of you will, but if you're in Chrome and you right-click and then you go View Page Source, you can see a website's code. There's a lot of ways to look at a website's code, but this is what I do quite often. And what we do now is move on to the search engine optimization sort of side of this little critique here, and we scroll down and we look for the header of the post, and we can find it somewhere in here. Here we go, H1. So you see here we've got retirement baby boomers can take action. So that's the title, and she's got an H1 tag here. That's really good, friend. That's telling Google header 1 that's your most important header. But and guys, if you don't have H1 tags set as your post titles, you really should. It's very important. But what you're not doing, Fran, is you don't have any H3 tags. So I imagine you've got, H1 is this retirement baby boomers header. H2 might be the header, the title of your site, but you need to have H3 tags as well. So if we go over to Blog Tyrant and I just click howamazon.com hooks visitors, the latest post, you can see that we've got, so that's the H1 or the H2, and then you've got H3 here. So these subheadings are H3. And that's important as well. It's good for SEO. It tells Google what the third or the second most important headers are. But it also breaks up your content. People love lists. People love to scan your content. They don't like to read long sections of text. And as you know, I write massive posts. They're all over 2,000 or 3,000 words. But because I make them scannable, I really try hard to make my posts look like they're easy to read, even though they might be extremely long. So I can see you've got dot points and things like that here, and that's really good. But try adding H3 tags as well. It's great for SEO, as well as being good to scan your posts. Fran, it's a great blog. I really think it could be a really successful blog, just with a few little tweaks like that. I hope that's helpful, guys. I'm going to do a few more of these, so make sure if you see anything else on here that you think might help Fran, please drop a comment and let us know. See you next time.